How do you get stronger, faster, better looking, more successful, more powerful, more intelligent, more engaged and present? How do you get all of these things that we want, all of these desires to become better? How do we get it? I have an answer. I think it's the answer. You're going to have to give me a minute to do a little bit of explaining first, but we're going to get there. The explaining is just where our thinking is at the moment. We think that we are a cog in a machine, and then that we add on all the extra cogs, bells and whistles. We add on these skills, these talents. If you're into self-help, which if you're watching this, maybe, all the bells and whistles of ice bath, of diary entry, of mindful walking and exercising and meditation and contemplation and whatever it is, but you become this collection of pieces. I think that's the wrong framing. Again, last week's video we referenced this. Instead of Descartes' I think therefore I am, we asked the question, what does the world have to be such that it affords me as I am? What sort of tensions and dualities have to be in this world such that I am here in the way that I am? So these polarities are mom and dad, the masculine, the feminine, the yin and the yang. Whatever reference you want to use here, my favorite is to be authentic and to be humble. These tensions afford us in a certain way. We navigate the grey space. So, if we're asking that question, now how to improve becomes a very different question. Instead of saying like, what do I need to do to get the product, to get the end result that I want? The question now becomes, what tension points, what relationship do I have to now become the space that holds the thing I want? So let's give one example here before I go into a little bit of theory, because the theory I think solidifies this massively, but I'll give you an example just to help you make sense or give a bit of imagery to it. You want to get stronger and you want to get faster, whatever it is. You want to go to the gym. Great. What is your relationship to the gym? Instead of committing and saying, I'm just going to do it, and I'm going to slot it in to like my little time period here, and I'm going to have that piece and it mixes with this piece. And again, we're dealing in pieces. Just get rid of all of that. What is our relationship to the gym? Okay. One, who goes to the gym? What characters, what personas, what type of person goes to the gym? How do we feel about that person? It's not going to be one person. So what's the good persona that goes to the gym? Like, you know, mentally trying to work out some demons maybe or something like that. But like, you know, they've some gusto about them, something admirable. That's one end of the spectrum. What's the bad type of persona that goes to the gym? A bit of vanity, a bit of ego. And maybe there's a bit of good and bad in both of those. So flesh that out. How do you feel about the full spectrum of the type of people who go to the gym? That's first step to building a relationship, is the character you have to play to get in there. Grant. Also what to do while you're in there, what's your relationship with the image you're trying to build yourself as, not just the character, but the actual physique. Just simply for gym, that's kind of important, but I'm putting that to the side. So, what type of character do you have to adopt to pursue this thing that you're looking for, the gym in this case? Okay, now, what does your environment tell you to do? Are you identifying as that person? Do you have a picture in your hall or somewhere around the place, a picture or something that symbolizes the gym? Again, if we're in a world of symbols, this is really important because, okay, let's pause there. Let's go to symbols just for 1 second to reiterate this, because thinking of the world in symbols is a very different way of looking at the world. But so let's just try and think of it. Okay, I have a wee cup here. It's my favorite cup. It's an acorn cup. But so can you look at a cup without thinking that it is something to drink from? It's difficult. Here's an exercise. Think of 5 alternative uses for a cup. So you have, it could be a weapon. You could throw it out. It could be a weapon in a few different ways. Maybe it could be a doorstop. It could be a paperweight. It could, whatever it is. It could be target practice when you're shooting a gun. So now for a moment, just play pretend. Imagine some fantasy world or some movie, some fiction where One of those cases, say doorstop for this example, is what everyone understands this shape to be. They all understand that this isn't, like, their first instinct is to say that this is a doorstop. Why are you holding a doorstop? Why are you drinking out of a doorstop? That, like, you're being a bit weird. Just imagine a world where that was it. Now tell me that you look at the cup without telling yourself a story. Everything comes down to story. They all symbolize something. So if it's a symbol, then symbols impose themselves into your world. By having a bookcase, it reminds you to read, perhaps, or it reminds you of the last book you read, and then you have that at the top of your head next, like when you're going into talking to your family or your child or your friend, and it's just at the top of your head, and it just maybe tilts the conversation towards whatever that book was digesting. Maybe that happens 1 in 10 times, but if you're walking past it every day, that's going to happen a few times. So these symbols start to impose themselves into your world, where this shape that I'm on about here, that what does the world have to be to afford your shape? What's the dualities? What's the tension that has to be held such that such that you exist in the world as you exist? All of these symbols have like a world of their own trying to get into that space. So let's return to our example of the gym. I'm sorry it took me so long, but let's return to the example of the gym. What symbols do you have around you to remind you to, like, even not consciously, but like subconsciously, that you are the type of person to go to the gym, that you have that relationship with that place? If you have a relationship with someone, you're going to have pictures around your house of them, or you're going to have mementos, or you're going to have gifts, or whatever it is. If it's a person, you will have some sort of presence of them in your house, and it's nice. If the whole world works like that, where everything's in relationship, then how you decorate your house becomes really important. So, there's the example. Here's the theory part. This is John Vervaeke, and it has this little, I might put up a diagram of it, but it is the agent and the arena. The agent is you. The arena is the outside world. So we can think of this as like our authentic self and the humbling self, or like virtue. But agent and arena, and how I act in the world changes how the world responds to me. If I walk with my shoulders broad, okay, going to get a few odd looks. People might want to talk to me about the gym. The men might want to talk to me about the gym. Whatever the joke is there. But if I walk around kind of all slumped, maybe people are less likely to talk to me. Or maybe people are more likely to try and teach me or preach me and say, like, you know, the world's not that bad because you're wearing it so much on your sleeve, like, you know, clearly you need to be told, whatever. Okay, so how you perform in the world affects how the world interacts with you. And then how the world interacts with you, affects how you move. When they judge, I pull back. When I pull back, they chase. When they chase, I shut down, fear, whatever it is. Now you're getting into like dynamics, psychodynamics sort of stuff. But let's not go there. Let's not go too far into the weeds. Apology if I scared, like if I did my thing where I talk with too much language. The thing is, if you want to go to the gym and you want to build a relationship to it, great. A relationship just isn't easy. It's not done in pieces. Okay, when I leave the gym bag by the door, it is there and it affords it and it does make it easier, but it's also judging me, and damn it. If I leave it in the car, okay, then I forget it though. Maybe I forget it then. Okay, maybe I need a reminder and to put it into the car, and you get this more nuanced relationship where it's not like a one fix. It's really hard to talk about because like one fixes work on the internet. You get a bite-sized chunk for the internet and you get to give it to people because, like, you know, here's the answer. You just do cold baths. You just do diary entries. You just do meditation. You just do put your gym bag by the door. Doesn't work that way. We are this tension point of multiple tensions. So all to say, agent and arena, this is really important. Or for me, okay, this is like the big daddy of the theories is agent and arena. How I act in the world affects how the world responds to me, and how the world responds to me affects how I act in the world, and you get this cycle, okay? And you get this spiral, okay? If you think of it as a spiral that keeps going around, how I act affects how the world acts, affects how I act, affects how the world acts. Okay, the question now becomes, is that spiral becoming narrower or is it becoming bigger? That's the question. If this world is full of symbols, if this world is full of relationship, the question is, are you being empowered? Are you being opened up? Are more possibilities, more opportunities, and I don't mean material, I just mean are more ideas flashing in your head? Are you getting more insights? Are the options of things to do in the evening time, or the things to do with a friend, or the options of ways to do something at work, or options of ways to become stronger, if we're sticking with the gym, are those options becoming bigger or smaller? Because if they're becoming smaller, then that is some bit of a good definition of addiction. And it's a bad relationship. So I can go to the gym and I can get addicted to just doing the stuff that gives the size, gives the bulk, makes me feel... Or I can do the very same exercises and it opens me up because I'm tapping into this kind of primal side. I'm kind of meditating on something that's important to me and I'm trying to bring that into my life. It depends how you do it. It's a relationship. It's not understood through pieces. It's not understood through the details. It's understood through the tension between how you're working with each other. So that's me trying to get that one out. So hopefully that sticks, okay? Agent and arena. If the way you are interacting with the world is narrowing how the world is responding to you and is narrowing how you're responding to the world, and it becomes this very, I only do this, that's a bad relationship. If you are going to it and it's opening you up and now you're seeing new possibilities and you're seeing the world in a different way and you're seeing your relationships in a different way and you're seeing how you're performing in the world in a different way, and these thoughts are just being sparked, okay, that is transcending. That is becoming bigger, stronger, faster, more charismatic, more powerful, more intelligent, more whatever it is, more than just this measly piece that you are today, becoming more than in a way that makes you love yourself and makes you love what you're becoming. That's how it's done. Relationship to the environment that opens you and opens it and opens you, and you get bigger and bigger until now you're just flooded with whatever possibilities and becoming okay with that and keep opening up to the new possibilities, the more possibilities, and then you get into more videos about healing and opening and love and everything like that. But that's not today's video. Today's video is agent and arena, understanding the relationship and having that be the foundation for how you understand your story, how you understand how you're relating your story to yourself, to other people in the world, all of it. Not pieces, but relationships. That's today's video. Thank you so much for your time and attention. I hope you've had a good week. I hope you're looking forward to the week to come, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye guys.